would like to call Sibel Quinones to join us and ask why she aspires to a career in science, and to help present the award to Dr. George Yankopoulos and Regeneron.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. My name is Sibel, and I have to credit my pursuit of science to my mother. When I was 5, I'd asked her why the leaves on our houseplants were turning yellow, and she told me that they were getting too much sunlight. So I asked a natural follow-up question, which is, why don't they wear sunscreen? And that's where my first experiment began. Unfortunately, the plants all died, but I tried to continue to maintain that spirit of curiosity as I continued on through my career. And now, as I enter my last year of medical school, and I am looking forward to becoming a practicing OBGYN and an advocate for safe and accessible reproductive health care for those all around the world. My mother, to this day, reminds me that the best questions are often those that don't yet have an answer. So thank you so much, and congratulations to everybody here tonight.
Thank you, Sibel. Now, let us welcome George Yankopoulos, co-founder, president, and chief scientific officer for Regeneron. Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, I'd like to say a few words. First, I'd like to ask Len Schleifer, my longtime partner and our co-founder and president and CEO, to come up and join me. And while Len is coming up, I just want to start by saying that it doesn't feel that long ago that I was more like these students, like Sibel and the others. I was an MD PhD student at Columbia, and I find it incredibly remarkable that one of my most inspiring professors there, who really got me into a lot of things that I'm still working on now, was none other than our Master of Ceremony, Richard Axel. He actually was the chair of my PhD thesis committee, gave me a very hard time. And for all you students, you have to look forward to an incredible series of things that can happen to you. And can you imagine winding up at a stage in about 30 or 40 years with one of your favorite professors? It's an incredible life. It's also an honor to receive this award named after the man who is really everybody's hero and role model in this biopharma industry, and that's Roy Vagelos. And since Alex started by bringing up Greek words, I'm going to bring up one that I think is, from my perspective, the perfect word to describe not only Roy, but actually so many people, and frankly, how our industry stepped up in this occasion. I believe there is no actual translation, but I would ask all of you to try to look up the word and try to appreciate the meaning, but it's best represented by this very man right here, and the word is philotimos. And we all know this is not a personal honor. This is an honor that I'm proud to accept on behalf of our entire company. I have to name some key individuals who spearheaded our effort at Regeneron to create the world's first monoclonal antibody cocktail treatment to both prevent and treat COVID-19, and which we specifically designed as a cocktail to remain active against all variants of concern, despite the ability of the virus to mutate, and how the team incredibly succeeded in doing that up to this point and hopefully going forward. So in terms of individuals, I have to start with Christos Kyratsous, who led the effort, along with key colleagues like Alina Baum, and Johanna Hansen, and Kristen Pascal. But we all know that it takes an entire company, and even more than that. It's not like we turned on a dime and just started working on this. This depended on the efforts of so many over decades of investing into developing the actual technologies and capabilities that allowed us to so rapidly and effectively respond by creating a powerful new treatment, to produce it and to manufacture it, to test it in a large phase 3 clinical program involving over 25,000 patients, all done largely by our own people, from invention through delivery, and all done in record time. I couldn't be prouder of these individuals, but it can't go without saying that these people all worked tirelessly in an inspired fashion, including where our Regeneron headquarters were literally buried at the epicenter of the epidemic, when the world and everything around us was shut down. These people were literally risking their own health and safety to come into work every day to try to help the world fight back against this tragic pandemic. So I couldn't be prouder of all of you at Regeneron, as well as all the other heroes who did the same at all these other great companies in our industry, who collectively fought back so valiantly and effectively against this horrible virus, to give the world weapons to fight back with. So I really, truly, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you all, and I'm so proud to be one of you.
I just wanted to say one thing. I wouldn't be a CEO if I didn't have a long speech prepared, but I'm not going to give it. I just was reminded when Dr. Axel said that he was persuaded not to practice medicine. I had a similar life story, but it was a little opposite. I was trained as a doctor and as a scientist, and I wanted to go into business. I was fortunate enough to have the late Al Gilman, a Nobel Prize-winning scientist, as my mentor, and he told me, please don't go into business. You're never going to make it in business. Scientists and doctors are not good businessmen. I said to Al, I remember it like it was yesterday, I said to Al, but what about that guy Roy Vagelos? He's a scientist, he's a businessman, he's a doctor. Al looked at me and said, Len, you're no Roy Vagelos. But to which I concur, but having him as my mentor for 25 years now, and being able to carry an award with his name on it makes me close. So thanks very much.